Hey guys, it's been a while. I think a couple months actually, 3 or 4 or 5, something like that. I don't know. It's been a while. Welcome to beta 1.3. There's beds in this now, and I think smooth lighting was the whole thing with it. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track, but at least I can sleep through the night, so it doesn't look crap in the video. Right. We don't need this. This is what we want. World 1, because we made this world before there were names. Alright, looks pretty smooth to me. Is there... I don't think I can still see the... Oh yeah, I can't see the biome. Anyways, today subject is going to be failing the first semester of college. I forgot what we were doing. It's been a while. I think we were laying out the foundation of our house. I'm gonna get some wood, and we're gonna start working on this. But anyways, so if you guys recall, a couple videos ago, I don't exactly remember which video. I should make a bed first. Actually, I kind of talked about how college was really sucking for me. And well, that was weird. And basically, I was slacking off, procrastinating, not doing well in classes, and it was just getting really sucky for me. Do we have any? We don't have any wool. That's really unfortunate. Oh, we do. Look at that. Anyways, I kind of went into my exams kind of blind. I didn't really know what my marks were looking like. I never really checked them. And it was safe to say that I definitely missed handing in some assignments, and I didn't hand in all of them. And, I don't know. Kind of part of me, I knew I was doing bad, but I kept telling myself I was fine. Because, I don't know, I wanted to mask how I was feeling, how I was doing. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Well, it turned out it was a big deal. I don't know. Honestly, I talked to some people before, and they told me that I could fail some classes, and I could always just take them again the next semester. As long as I passed the important ones, I could get to do the other stuff. And I thought I did. I genuinely thought that I passed, the necessary courses. But I didn't. I failed English, math, and a programming course. Honestly, I can't even remember which one it was. I've never been good at math, and English. It's not that I'm bad at English and I can't write or anything. I just really put it off. I procrastinate, find it boring. It's just boring work. Not necessarily hard. It just takes time, is all. And I don't know. It's just boring. So basically, I went to Texas for Christmas this year to see some family, and I hadn't checked my marks for my exams or anything like that. So going into this Christmas vacation, I didn't know if I passed or not. And I think my parents asked me once or twice, if I had passed or not, and I just kind of brushed it off, saying oh, I haven't got my marks yet. Oh, don't worry, I'll tell you when I know, and whatnot. Sorry, I'm trying to sleep here so I don't get spawn killed by mobs. But the truth is, I was just I was just dreading to check because I knew, deep inside of me, I kind of knew that I probably failed. But I also had a sliver of hope that I could still continue in the next semester. So I go back home. My classmates are asking what course blocks I have. And, I checked earlier before I left to Texas. And, it was fine, right? It said I had been registered, and I go back to check because I wanted to send it to them. And it said, unable to view academic hold on your account. And I was like, what? So I go to look, and lo and behold, there was an academic hold on my account. It said academic hold, and then it said reason divisional hold. And if you don't know what that means, it means that you can't continue your studies because you failed your first semester, or you failed, like courses that were imperative to continuing to your next semester. And that was like my kind of like holy dang moment. Like I was definitely freaking out inside. I didn't know what to do. So I started by talking to my close friends about it, because your friends are the most supportive people to talk to you about that stuff. I started talking to them about it, and a lot of them, sorry, that's my phone. A lot of them were, obviously concerned, but they had problems of their own. And I'm not going to talk about them here because that's personal. But it was nice that there was someone like me, or some people that were also suffering, not with the same thing as me, but like similarly. Anyways, the biggest thing I was dreading was telling my parents, because you see, I was supposed to move into residence. And they had prepared all this stuff. They had gotten all this furniture ready. They had gotten all these hooks, these like other things, ready just for me for my residence move in. And now what? I have to go and tell them that I failed after they got all this ready. And I knew they would be mad because, not only did I fail and I lied to them about my progress, but I also waited to tell them until after they bought all this stuff. So needless to say, it wasn't something that I was looking forward to doing. But I knew I kind of had to eventually, right? So, I kind of spent a lot of nights just, kind of depressed, I would say. I was trying to, I know in another video I talked about my Uber Eats addiction, and I was trying to kick it, I was trying to kick that habit. And I was doing well, until this, and I just kind of kicked it back into full swing because I was stress eating pretty much. I was like, I don't want to deal with this, so I'm just going to keep eating over and over and over. And, that's obviously not good for anyone. And I kind of flipped my sleep schedule too. I flipped from day to night, and I just wake up at night and I just be playing Minecraft with my friends, some online buddies, and I just use it as an outlet to escape. Like the Uber Eats, the playing with Minecraft, flipping the sleep schedule. Because I'm sure you guys know, like when you do things at night, it's a lot more calmer, you feel a lot less stressed because no one's awake, the world is asleep, there's no responsibilities put onto you, you have nothing dependent on you at the time, like nighttime is the perfect time to relax, and do whatever you gotta do. And I was really feeling that, that's why I swapped, but eventually I knew I had to tell them because, well, my residence was coming up and I didn't know how to go about it. So besides my friends, I went to the one other person who I trusted the most, and that was my brother. And my brother, he's a university student. He's like 2 years older than me. And I kind of knew he would understand. And he wouldn't be mad at me, but he would lay it down like as it is. He would tell me what I have to do, how to do it, whatever, So I tell him what's up, and, he says he's understand, he's failed some classes in the past, whatever, and he said the first thing you gotta do is make sure you can retake those classes, you know what I mean, and then once you call the school, look online, whatever, you need to tell mom, you need to tell your stepdad, you need to tell the family, whatever, because they're the ones who just bought you all the stuff and preparing to move in soon. So I look it up, and it looks like it's even worse than I thought. They don't redo the classes. in the second semester. Like they don't teach the same first semester classes in the second semester, which, I mean, that would make sense in, I guess, elementary school or something. I didn't know how college really works, so I don't know. I didn't know whether to be surprised or just, yeah, I didn't know. So, I then kind of had to man up a little bit and go tell my mom, which obviously did not end well. So, one morning, I get upstairs and I tell my mom, and at first she's freaking out, she's angry, and to me, honestly, that's an optimal result, because the thing I didn't want her to be was sad, right? Because then that just makes me feel like a terrible person. Whatever. But let me tell you, the anger kind of faded away really fast, and then what came out was sadness. She said that she felt like she failed as a mother, which is pretty much indirectly calling me a failure. Because, she's saying that she failed at parenting, so she failed to teach me the right ways of doing things, therefore I'm a failure. And, now that I obviously look back on it, after everything's settled, I know she'd just been told something shocking, and, she was overcome with emotions, so obviously, she felt that way. And she said some things that she shouldn't have said, right? We all say things we shouldn't say during, like, emotional moments. It's normal. I don't blame her for what she did. I really don't. I guess it's just like, it's not an easy thing, being told that you're a disappointment, directly. I always kind of knew that, my brother was always had a better work ethic than me. He's always been more responsible. He's always been more in touch with my family. He lives more up to more of the expectations that my parents have of him. And not that my parents force expectations on me. It's just I can tell that they're usually more pleased with how he does things and how he lives his life than they are with me, which is, I completely understand, because I'm a different person, so is he. Anyways, back to the story. My mom was crying, and after she said that, I didn't even know what to say. I was just so flabbergasted. Here's a funny word, hornswoggled, if you will. That I just walked away. I just walked downstairs to the basement, and I just went in my room, and I kind of laid down on my bed, and I just kind of curled up, and I just started crying. Like, just straight up. I was just crying. And that's just, I don't really even know how to explain it. It was just a lot of emotions at once. Obviously, I think the biggest thing was that my, mom just kind of straight up said that, what she said. And, throughout my life, especially my early childhood, I had always told myself not to, conform to the expectations of my parents, or, to even if my parents thought little of me for something, not to care about it, not to think about it, they're my parents. They always have expectations because I'm their own child, whatever, right? I always taught myself, listen, like, you can't be perfect. You can't always be what they want. Don't let it bother you when they get upset at you for not being something that you can't be, or for doing something they don't like. Don't let it get to you. But, my parents never ever said those kind of things directly to me, that I was, like, not good at something, or I was a failure, or whatever. So hearing it directly in my face for the first time was just real, like a slap in the face, like really hard shock. Like, holy moly, like, wow. I'm just like, Jesus. I don't know, that's just the best way to explain it. So that night, I mean, I locked myself in my room, whatever. And after like the sadness, and I didn't really understand where mom was coming from, obviously, because I was overcome with emotions. I just ignored her. Like I stayed in my room. I didn't talk to her. I didn't talk to my stepdad. Nothing. Like the only person that was kind of like a mediator, a communicator between me and her was my brother. And he would bring me dinner from upstairs. He would kind of relay messages when those ever happened. And I feel bad, but my mom, after a while, she kept trying to talk to me, but I was always pretty rude about it. I just said no, like, I don't want to talk to you, just leave me alone. And after like about half a week, I kind of came to my senses, and I understood a little more. And we talked, and we both discussed what we did wrong. How I neglected my studies. How I neglected, telling her anything, updates, and then lied to her. And how she said those things to me, to my face. And after that, things were kind of okay. I don't really know how my stepdad felt, because he's kind of been a quiet person with this kind of stuff. I never really, tell him that kind of stuff. I always let my mom tell him all the things that happened in my life, because I'm kind of afraid of how he reacts. And that stems from a whole different issue, a whole part of my life that's just for a different time. But yeah, it's in the end it did resolve itself. I started to get a little bit of a new outlook. I reorganized my room. I flipped it all the way around to kind of give myself a fresh start. Flip my sleep schedule back. And while my Uber Eats habits still are not completely kicked, I feel like I am a bit of a better person than I was before. Not by a lot, but enough. I got my job back. Did all that stuff. I don't know. Now it's just weird. I don't feel like I have completely a purpose. But at the same time, it just like, I know it's my fault. Working in general, it's good. You earn money, but to me it feels so empty and boring because I'm not working towards something. A dead end, minimum wage job is nothing. There's no promotion. I can guarantee you that. No raise, nothing. Unless I'm there for 5 years and know all the knowledge, like some of the other people that got raises did. But I know it's definitely not something I want to do. Because when I was pursuing my education at the start, I genuinely felt motivated and dedicated because I found a route in something. I found a way in my life, like a purpose to do something. And I felt like I was actually going somewhere in my life pursuing education. But just doing this right now just doesn't feel fulfilling. And sometimes I just wake up and I just don't want to get up because of it. But I push myself. And I'll admit there are some days I have called in sick to work just because I can't. I feel so unmotivated. And there are other reasons for that, which is a story for another time. But I can't really be mad at the same time because it's my fault. I started this, and I should be responsible for my actions. But yeah. I don't really know how else to put it. I mean, it's not that it's hard to talk about. It's just it's just difficult, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Now I think it's definitely caused a strain on my parents, and now they're a lot more, you know, they look into my life a lot more, check in and see what I'm doing. Especially my stepdad. He's kind of been dropping hints that I need to start picking up more shifts at work. When, you know, right now I quite frankly I can't. Like I literally cannot. We are overstaffed, and I know if I tell him that, he'll probably suggest that I find a new job, which I really don't want to, and there are a lot of reasons for that. And, you know, it's not because I'm lazy, and I know I just had this whole talk about how I'm unmotivated, and whatever, but, you know, there's bigger reasons than that. At this job, all my coworkers I'm acquainted with. I'm peers with them. You know, we're friends, and that's kind of like a big deal to me. And not only that, but I've kind of built up so much knowledge that I kind of feel comfortable working there, and you know, I have all these experiences there. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't feel completely willing to just let go of the job. Who knows though? Maybe I'm just overreacting. Maybe I do need to find a new job and pick up more shifts, but I don't know. So this is going to be the outline of our house. Kind of big, kind of long. Okay, don't think of something weird from that. Not sure where I'm gonna put the door, to be honest. It'll have to be somewhere, that's for sure. But where is the question? Probably on this side because the stairs come up from here. And I'll probably put a little garden or farm over there, you know. Get it going like that. But there's plenty of room. Because like I said, I think I said this or mentioned this earlier. I want this house to like have like house features, like a dining room, a kitchen, you know. Maybe you can put a laundry room and a bathroom in there with a shower. Obviously a bedroom. And then enough room to put all my storage and actual survival stuff in there as well, you know. That I'm going to use. It's going to be a survival house, you know. Everything I need. I don't know, that's a weird glitch with all the footsteps there. I also kind of want to start, I don't know if I want to keep mining like this, you know, here. It's kind of weird, but I kind of need the stone, to be honest, so I'm going to keep mining. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what else from the situation I can grab. Yeah, I really don't know. I guess that's the gist of it. There's really not much else to take out of it, I suppose. I mean, I've had a lot of thinking from it to do, and I forgot to mention this, but I did talk to my cousin about it before I left Texas. And, you know, I love her. She's incredibly supportive. Great gal. Oh, hello. You're friendly during the day. I won't hit you. I guess maybe I should explain why I haven't uploaded in a while. And you know, I know I kind of address everyone as an audience, like as if I'm expecting people to watch this, and I don't know. That's just a way for me to make this seem less weird. But I kind of treat these videos as more of a little kind of a therapy session to just vent online, because I doubt anyone will see this, and you know, I don't know. It's therapeutic. That's the best way I can describe it. I just obviously I was going through a lot with the whole failing semester of college thing. But you know, I was also I don't know. I honestly I can't think of a good reason. I generally just lacked a huge amount of motivation. After I told my mom about it and she freaked out and everything just came crashing down, my motivation just kind of plummeted to zero for just about everything. And it was already pretty low before that. And just even getting up to record something like this, you know, even though it would have been therapeutic, and it probably would have helped a lot if I just listened to myself talk and talk things out to just a microphone. But nonetheless, it never happened. Excuse me. So, to myself and to a stalker that might be watching, I apologize. You have my sincerest apologies for my lack of upload. I mean, on the bright side, the house is coming along well. I'm honestly surprised we've gotten this far at the house building. I don't know, in my mind I honestly thought it would have taken you know, quite a bit longer. But we're already like building the outer walls, you know, and then we're gonna start building the interior, and then the garden, and just gonna be a great bundle of fun. I don't know when I'll get to it, but there are some other things I want to talk to myself and in a video about regarding I think probably a long one, just about long distance relationships in general, because I don't know. There's a lot on that one, by the way. There might be more than one video just talking. But also Twitch streaming is one. For those of you who don't know, I have a Twitch channel. That's going to be another one. And probably one on just general unhappiness. Not depression, just in general, but just something to talk about, that it's just about being unhappy with your life, you know? Maybe you're not necessarily depressed, but you know, you have no purpose. And I know I kind of touched on it a little bit in this little rant here, but there's a little bit more that I wanted to talk about. And you know what? Honestly, I might throw in some videos of me just talking about other things, because I mean, you know, this is something that I guess I can mention now, is that a lot of the time there's a lot of things that I want to talk about, but I don't talk to them with people because I feel like they don't want to hear what I say, or they'll find it annoying or whatever. So, you know, this is a good, like I said, this channel is a good place for me to just talk. And, you know, someone might listen, right? Or no one might listen. It just feels more satisfying if I upload it to YouTube, because it feels right, and there's always a chance that someone's listening. That was really scary. I'm just rambling, but the point is that I don't know, I might upload like little thoughts on things, you know, game reviews, politics, maybe not politics actually. Excuse me, I've never really been a politics guy myself, and I find that politics kind of brings out the worst in people, so I think I'll stay away from that. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll never upload here again. Maybe you'll never hear from me again, and I'll look back and like 15 million people watched these videos, and I'll be really embarrassed, and I unloaded way too much information. But whatever. Who cares? I think I'll just end it here. It's been fun. House has come along. And I guess until next time.